social brand, because branding, as marketing people know, is branding versus direct response, right? Versus a promotion. So how do you take a brand and drive what I call, because I do a lot of training on social sales, a social selling brand. So we're going from social branding to social selling or social engagement, right? So I kind of created this little formula here that is very effective, right? So it's like the reverse of hitting people over the head and saying, buy this, buy this. It's really about you as an individual, first of all, identifying who's your community online of influencers, right? So I know, believe me, I know for many years, attorneys, accountants, and bankers, ding, 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 you guys should be helping each other, right? And feeding each other business. And financial services people, kind of overall, right? So what does that community look like online? So offline, you're sitting here today, do you guys communicate online? Are you guys in the same groups and associations, let's say even on LinkedIn? Are you feeding each other business? Are you sharing each other's profiles? Are you looking out for each other? That's what you have to do, right? So engaging, relationship building, and community building. This is the key, and this needs to be done on a daily basis. For you to actually use social media as a branding instrument. Okay, so now I'm going to take a little deeper dive into this and talk about how do people actually make decisions, right? So how many of you guys have visited Yelp for restaurant review? Okay. Anyway, so you know, it's all about brand trust. It's all about developing brand trust, right? So people wouldn't bring me in, you wouldn't have brought me in if I didn't have a solid reputation, right? If I don't really focus on my reputation online. Even as an individual, okay, you have influence. So the way that people buy is they are buying based on what others are saying. It's not too much different than what's always going on, right? Word of mouth advertising. So, but how do they do that on the web? So they trust others' shares of content. They trust others' likes of content. They trust comments. So something I do every single day, which takes a lot of time and effort, but I think it's very important, is I read every single day. I read what the reporters in my industry are writing about. And if I think there's something that I can provide real value on, I go in and I'll comment on that, right? And then I actually read other people's comments because it's in my industry, right? And if I think that their comment is valuable, I'll support that comment. This is a very microscopic way of building trust. Very microscopic because people are trusting others' comments, right? They're trusting things like discussion boards. So how many times have you looked for an answer? Let's just say, for me, I always use the web for like medical answers, right? So you're trusting what other people are saying. You have a pain or an ache or you don't feel good and you go online and you look to see, well, how do I cure myself? What do I need to do? What doctor should I trust, right? People are actually trusting discussion boards. And believe me, there's a discussion board for everything. How many of you guys use, like, for example, Reddit? Okay. All right, so Reddit is a social bookmarking tool. It's a group of sub-communities. You can find a conversation about anything. And it's very explosive. If you start reading about Reddit, Delicious, Dig, all these social bookmarking tools, basically what they are, they're online communities where people are going to trust. They're looking to read about, hey, I read about Jasmine. Should I hire her? I'm an event planner, right? So I want to be in those circles. I want to be involved. So you as individuals need to find your related discussion groups. Yes?
But how trustworthy are these discussion boards? Because I think for a restaurant,